Now on the line, Major Johnny Poulos, the Director of the Public Affairs Division of the Mississippi Highway Patrol. Good morning, Major. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Gerard.
Well, the loss of Trooper John Harris and the news that about that just hit me and I think all Mississippians hard over the weekend. It's just, I don't know what to say. It's so tragic, but what I do know is these men and women get up every day and put that uniform on, and they don't know what's going to happen, but they are in harm's way constantly. Our thoughts and prayers and condolences from the show and me personally and Rhino as well go out to the troopers' family. Major, we're blown away. It's so sad. And I suspect you're here for the funeral today, Major, at Broadmoor Baptist Church in Madison there.
That's correct, Gerard, and we really appreciate the outpouring of support from the public. We've had a lot to deal with over the weekend. I've been in constant communication with Colonel Randy Ginn and Commissioner Sean Tyndall. And again, it's been a tough weekend, but you're right, and that's what we need the public to remember, that when these officers go out every single day, when they leave their homes, they leave their families, there's a good possibility that they might not return.
Yeah.
And with that being said, it makes a tremendous difference when people make the right decision when they get behind the wheel of their vehicle.
Yeah. That's so well said. And I know you and I just talked about it last week. You were in the studio as we prepared for the upcoming Memorial Day, knowing that we were going to have a lot of traffic, as is usually the case. And we talked about the line-to-line program. And I traveled a little bit, as did my wife this weekend. And we observed the same. We saw state troopers everywhere. And we know they're there, as you've said, as a deterrent to make us stay alert, stay safe, and be careful behind the wheel so that we protect ourselves and, of course, others. I mean, that's really what it's all about.
That's correct. And on a positive note, in regards to the Memorial Day enforcement period, we did see a significant decrease in traffic crashes. And we want to attribute that, again, to good, responsible decisions by the motoring public, to the visibility that I think everyone witnessed with law enforcement across our state. And we're hoping this trend with the downward spiral of crashes being investigated continues throughout the summer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Major, did you know Trooper Harris personally?
I did. And I met John in 2015, believe it or not, on an actual traffic stop. He was working for Richland. He had a vehicle pulled over, and I pulled over to assist them on the traffic stop, and we wound up talking probably about 20 minutes, and he was telling me how he wanted to apply to the next trooper school, which he did, and he actually graduated that class with my son.
Wow. Well, I know that brings it home even more when you have that sort of personal connection, but we are so grateful for his service again, and so sad about this. It's just heartbreaking. I am glad, however, to hear about the decline in crashes. As I recall, Major, 157, was that the number from last year? Did I have that right?
That is correct, Gerard, and we had 104 this year. Now, there is something that we're concerned about. We had an increase in child restraint citations. And this is something we can't place enough emphasis on the importance of restraining our children in vehicles while traveling.
Yeah. Every time you and I visit, Major, you share that information with me. I'm just blown away why folks aren't properly securing their minor children in a vehicle.
Well, you and me both, Gerard, but we're going to continue on that mission to basically ask these parents, we're basically begging them to do the right thing. We all have to be responsible parents, guardians, when we have these children in our vehicles they're relying on us.
Yeah.
When it comes to their safety, and we've got to step up and do the right thing. You know, a lot of times we don't get second chances in traffic crashes.
Yeah. That's exactly right. One thing I did want to go back to and ask you, you said that you happened to be, I guess, just motoring, and you saw Trooper Harris when he was with Ridgeland pulled over and working a situation there. Is that common, Major, for other officers, law enforcement officers, to maybe stop and provide assistance like that when you come up on someone pulled over like that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We all have one common goal, one common mission, and that is to protect the public safety. At the same time, we have to look out for each other as well. That's what we're trained for. We're brothers and sisters. We work in unison, and that's what it's all about, Gerard.
Yeah. So it truly is that common bond, but it's the strength that is, I guess, emphasized through that common bond is what makes it successful, what makes law enforcement work in this country.
That's correct. And the support of the public means a lot to every officer that gets up and gets in that car and goes to work every day. It means a lot to their families.
Yeah, and that's also good to know as well. So I know that it's my understanding, Major, that this accident that took the life of Trooper John Harris is still under investigation. Therefore, you can't share a lot of details with us. But is there anything you can tell us about what sort of happened here?
Well, again, it was a traffic crash. He was in the process of conducting a traffic stop.
Okay.
When he was struck. So, again, it's another thing that we tell the public, and that's why we have the Move Over law, distracted driving issues. Every single day, law enforcement officers, encounter that. So, again, good, responsible decisions by the public not only ensures their safety in making it back home, but it also ensures the law enforcement officers in this state and across the country making it back home to their families as well.
Yeah, absolutely right. So it's also my understanding that there is some fundraising for the Troopers family. Can you give us some details about that that's currently established?
Yeah, and I would suggest everyone to monitor the Mississippi Department of Public Safety, all our social media sites, the Mississippi Highway Patrol social media sites. All that information is being constantly posted. Okay,
yeah, got it. Appreciate that. So you've got the funeral scheduled for today at 2 o'clock. I'm sure you'll have a packed house for that, and we're just don't know what else to say, Major, and always happy to have you on the program. Just hate that it had to occur under these circumstances. It's happier times ahead, but we need to remember Trooper Harris and send him off with proper respects, and I know that'll happen today.
That's correct, Gerard, and we appreciate SuperTalk support and the people of Mississippi's support of the Harris family through this very, very, very troublesome time.
Yeah, it is. We got a minute or so left here, Major. What about the traffic volume over the weekend? What did that look like?
Heavy, and that's another thing that we're looking at all these numbers, and with again the lower crash numbers being investigated, that tells us what we can accomplish when we all work together with a common goal.
Yeah, I mean that's a 40% or so decrease, close to 40% decline year over year. That's incredible. That's
correct.
Wow, that is just awesome. And again, hats off to the motoring public. And maybe in some small way, we're having an impact here on the show because your advice and your counsel to motorists is always right on point. And hopefully people are hearing and doing the right thing. Sure sounds like it from the crashes. We got to go here now, Major, but, man, we appreciate you checking in with us. And, again, just hearts and prayers go out and condolences to the trooper and his family. And we'll talk to you soon. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Gerard.
Major Johnny Poulos, the Director of Public Affairs Division of the MHP, was our guest. Rest in peace, Trooper Harrison.